Hello and welcome to Authentic Camera Confidence. Thank you so much for signing up and for taking the time now to watch this video. My name is Evelyn Brink and my intention is to serve you with a ton of value about how to really grow your impact, your income and your influence in your business, having a ton of fun. Now, let me be completely transparent and really honest with you right from the start, because I cannot stand those videos where at the end there's this sales bit and you kind of start thinking, oh, is the whole thing a lead up to the sale? Or when you don't know yet, you're like, is she just saying this because she wants to make a sale at the end? And it's just not clear. Let me be completely clear and tell you exactly what to expect. This video can be used as a standalone product, and I want you to use everything that I'm going to share with you, apply it and go run with it. Use it. Make your life better. Grow your business. I want that for you because I'm here to serve, us creative entrepreneurs that really need to be seen more. And I want you to rise and shine, or the other way around, even I want you to shine and rise. So absolutely, you can use this video without ever making a purchase from me. And if what I share resonates with you and you recognize that, oh my God, this makes sense to do more of this work that I'm getting to know here, then I would love to make an offer for you and invite you on a journey with me at the end of the video. Now, my promise to you is that there will be no push from me and no making you feel bad if you don't want to buy something. There'll be none of this bullshit from me. You can at any point decide this is not for me and I will not make you feel bad. I want to help those of you that are ready for this to grow and thrive. Okay. Now that said, let's get going. What is the number one thing that helps you grow more impact, influence, and income? Because let's face it, you want more success? Yes? What's the number one thing that will help you create more success? Is it by any chance being known more? Do you need to get yourself out there a little more? Are you like the best kept secret? If you're great with people and you serve, you help in the world, you add value, and you're good like that in the room, that's a lot of work. You're going to have to do more and more and more work to be more and more known. I don't know about you, but that's a lot. You might have a life. You might want to get one. Right? What is a way for you to get out there and be known and be more successful without having to do all the hard hustle? Well, you know what we're going to say, right? It's video! Using the magic of videos. So here it is. You want to be successful, and then people come up and they say, here's a system of how you can be successful. These are the things you're going to do. Here's my 7-step ways of how I built my 700-figure business in only 3 hours and 2,500 years. And how you too can do these things by following my steps and be like me, which you're not, so good luck to you. So you might have engaged in those sort of programs. I have in way too many. But yeah, we want to be successful, so of course we're going to learn from the people who claim that they are, or maybe even are. And the thing is, with all those systems, maybe you can even follow them. I work with a lot of people who are not really great at following systems because we just don't fit in there. We have so much resistance to that, so we bounce back like, I need to follow this system, I can't follow this system. It's just a waste of time, because really what you want to be is, yes, successful, but you want to be you. You really want to be you. You don't want to fit into another way. I mean, why did you not take a job in the first place? Because you want to do your thing. You want to help me. I want to be successful being me. How can you be more successful being you? Bringing those things together, let's create a beautiful thing. So what I'm sharing with you is the ability of how to get more known being you. I'm not going to sell you another 3-step process of how to sell via video, doing this big thing. I want people to get a chance to get to know you, because you're already good at what you do. You already have the magic. So really what we want is for people to experience you. Now, when they're in a room with you, or when you're in the room with you, and maybe you already are a good speaker on stage, when people experience you, they know, like, and trust you. So what would it be like for you if you could replicate that on the lens? Now, there's probably only one problem, which is when the camera thing goes on, it's just all different. It's just not the same on camera. You're not the same on camera. You're great with real people. You can have conversations, but on camera it's awkward. It's weird. Maybe you're even afraid of the camera. Maybe you're not afraid. You've done this. You've made videos, and then you watch them back. That self-judgment machine is strong, isn't it? Oh my God. Maybe it's eaten away at your confidence. A little bit. I've worked with people who've started to do online courses but realized they weren't camera ready. I've talked to producers who say, people waste so much money going in there with that idea that they can make 5,000 a month residual income by selling their courses, which, yes, you can. But then they come in there, they want to shoot this course, and you find out they're not ready to present to the camera and keep people's attention. Like, how do you engage people on video? Yeah, be you. What does that even mean, be you? What does that mean to be you in front of the camera? What is this? And how do you do it? That's what I want to share with you. I've conducted research to find out what holds people back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you some of the responses that I got. Here's where the glasses come out. Oh, yes. So what holds people back from doing video? Can you see? That's why I don't like wearing glasses on video, because you can see those round thingies. It's a bit hypnotic. Follow my eyes. La, la, la. Okay. So what holds people back? Anxiety. People getting afraid of the camera, which makes sense, and we're going to go into why that is in a minute. I just feel awkward. My major thing is that I want to connect and help people see the value of the product. There is no best reason. I just want to make sure that I'm coming across as me and not weird. But I might still be weird. I love this answer. It's so honest. And it makes sense. You don't want to come across weird. Like we discussed that video is really the closest thing to experiencing you as you are. But if you can't be as you are because there's the camera in the way, then we're kind of missing the point. I don't want to get it wrong. Like this is something I hear all the time. I don't want to do video because I just don't want to get it wrong. And then there are people who go, oh, don't worry about getting it wrong. Just do it. Just go for it. And you know what? I like people that are afraid of getting it wrong because it shows me that you have a conscience. It shows me that you have standards. It shows me that you are aware of video being a double-edged sword. It's really, really powerful when you get it right. But if you don't know what you're doing, then it can work against you. So I think it's a healthy fear to be afraid of getting it wrong. And by all means, like you should, if you're a surgeon, you want to have the same thing. Like, you want to be afraid of getting it wrong because that means that you won't do it without the relevant training. Same thing for driving. Same thing for your profession, for goodness sake. Did you just start out doing your profession going, it'll be all right. Let's just go for it. No, you go and get training. You go and find out how it actually works. You do something about it. I don't understand why people expect to be amazing and natural in front of the camera without ever having trained. Nothing works that way. Or very, very few things for some people. I mean, singing. How many years do you train your voice before you become a singer? And that is if you spot that you have a gift and a joy, a gift for singing and a joy in singing and learning to sing. How long did you train for your profession? How long does an athlete train? Like, we don't do these things just like, I'm going to run a marathon. I should just be good at it naturally because I have two legs and I ran as a child. And I'm always late. I'm always running. I should be fantastic at sprinting. Anyway, you get me. I don't feel comfortable or confident, especially doing it alone. It feels really weird and creepy. Yeah, this is such a good point. Doing videos is a weird thing. It's not a natural environment to put yourself in, alone, in your room. I'm talking about small video productions here. So actually, it's a weird thing like if you have a team around you, people watching you do your thing, looking into a glass object, that's pretty weird in itself. But also as a small operation, it's not a natural setting. What a strange thing. Just sit in your room all by yourself, nobody there, talking excitedly into your phone, for example, like you're talking to the most important person in the world, which I am, by the way, because that's you. Yes, there is an element of weirdness to that. I admit to that. Creepy? Well, that's an interesting judgment. What if it didn't have to be? What if you learn to overcome that piece? And this again reminds me of acting, where we could say it's weird to pretend to be someone else. But yet, once you've gone into the character fully, it's the thing that you do. Anything that you play or really commit to, if you really think about what you're doing, it's weird. But once you do it, it becomes your new normal. There. Wise stuff. Deep. I do use it, but I feel I don't have the fine points and feel amateurish. Well, you will feel amateurish if you haven't been trained. Again, this just tells me this person has a conscience. What else? Lots of answers here. I feel dorky, uncomfortable. It takes too many takes. Equipment, time, location. So true. Hair moment. Feeling dorky. This comes again to, how do I be in front of the camera? What does it mean to be me? What does it mean to be you in front of a camera? How do you do it? What does it take? How does it work? And what's this me anyway? What's this you? Like, there's not just one of me, you know what I'm saying? There's not just one version of me. If you say just be you, it's probably one of the worst things you can say to me, and probably one of the worst things you can say to the people that I often work with, because if you is more than you can answer in one sentence, you're probably my kind of person. So, the editing part holds me. Oh wait, we weren't finished. Time, equipment, location. Yes, time. Well, time. What do you mean time? Is the most efficient way to get yourself out there. Once you have your video done, it can work for you again and again and again and again and again, 24/7, without you having to do anything. That's the most time efficient leveraging tool I have ever known. But yes, it does take time to make it. And this is where expectation meets reality. We're being sold this idea of, oh, you just go on the camera and do your thing, and there, voila, your magic is out there. Well, you know what? When you do a session with someone, it takes time, and what about all the time it took to become as great as you are now in order to do that session? You've invested time in becoming good in something. My suggestion is to train in the things that make sense to you. Take the time, invest the time in skills that actually make sense, and then have them work for you. But yes, there is an investment of time and practice of doing that. So that is something that we consciously choose if it makes sense. And again, this is why I said from the beginning, if you feel that, you know what, this isn't for me, I don't want this, then please do not waste your precious time. The idea here is to have more time to do the things that actually matter. Now, the beautiful thing is, in my opinion, with the video, you get to be more you. And I love that you can combine that, what you want to do and what you're about, with getting yourself out there in the world, versus all these other many systems of, and you do this, and you do this, and you say this, and you say this, and you say, that, in my opinion, takes too much time. Okay. Equipment, location. Yeah, equipment. Video is one of these things that's like you can easily open a Pandora's box, go down a rabbit hole of, how do I do it? Do I have to edit? Do I have to learn how to edit? What light do I have? What microphone do I use? What camera equipment do I need? What do I wear? How do I look? What do I need? What's the setup? What's the background? Oh my God, this is like a whole big thing. Yeah, you could make this really, really complicated if you wanted to, but you don't have to. So what if you could do this really simply, really elegantly, but not using time on things that don't matter? It's a bit like some people spend a year deciding on their logo. Well, nobody's gonna buy you for your logo. I get that it's nice to have a good logo, but do you know what I mean? Nobody buys your product because of your logo. So that's not necessarily the area you want to spend all your focus on. When it comes to video work, people think that understanding which camera to use and how to be a fantastic editor and make slick productions is what's necessary and what's going to make it. Okay, look, I love a good production, I won't lie. If I go on YouTube and there are some people who do amazing, very artistic, very high quality videos, good for you guys. I love it. And it's not what we're gonna do, is it? We don't have time and money for this right now, do we? Unless that's what you want to do, then by all means go for it. But I'm interested in helping you create more income, impact, and influence, and you do not need a huge setup. In fact, I'm deliberately shooting this on an iPhone. If you have a smartphone with a camera, that'll be enough. We'll talk about technical setup. I use a minimal setup. It's under $100 and you can make videos. The thing that I'm going to stress again and again and again and again, and I'm not going to talk faster because I'm excited about it and I think it's true, is that all these outside factors, they're great, they're lovely, they're fantastic. I too like to look good on video, and I've put some thought into the background in my appearance. And yes, we can go through these things, but without you being free and happy and confident and you in a sense that you're comfortable, what the heck, who cares? Quite frankly, who gives a shit? So, what else? Oh, my computer wants to update itself. Beautiful. Not now, thank you. Just excuses. I feel very insecure about it. The usual inner critic, self-sabotage crap. Is that you? Self-criticism, self-sabotage. Yes. Yeah, that does happen. Here's the thing. Doing video work is gonna trigger the shit out of you. Because when the red light goes on, your shit comes up. So it really is a beautiful invitation to deep inner transformational work. It's taking that long, hard look in the mirror, except the mirror is talking back to you. So again, I totally get if there is anxiety around that. I really get if there's vulnerability and insecurity around that. To me, it just means that you have a conscience and that you're an awake, aware human being. Thank you for being you and for being that way. And now, let's take it a step further. Would you like to grow? May I serve you? What would it be like if you could indeed feel happy and comfortable in front of the camera? Because just because you are there now in the insecurity and anxiety does not mean that you have to stay there, right? There was a time we didn't know how to walk, and had you had the words, you would have probably said a lot of things about those people who can walk in comparison to you who can't walk. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to walk. It might have taken a few times. People might have shown you, given you tips, hold you, supported you. You walk. It's pretty obvious. If you feel, I don't want to sound too preachy, a calling, but if you feel that getting out there and being seen on screen through the camera is going to help you, then do yourself the favor and learn how to do this. That's going to be my advice. It doesn't have to be with me, but hey, I'm going to give you some pretty compelling reason why it should be. Okay, wait, I'm going to put my glasses back on. The editing part really holds me back. I can record something, but then I have to make it look good. Do you? Well, maybe you do. And we can cover some of editing if you want some simple editing. I don't really believe that editing is the thing. I think it's probably a good tool to have, but really what I want to work with people on is to be able to create a video that's in one take. And it doesn't mean that every video has to be in one take. This one, for example, you will see I put together because it's pretty long and I can. But I want you to be able to do a video in one take and have it be absolutely okay. And when I say okay, I probably speak from quite a high standard because I like things to look good too. They don't have to be perfect, but they have to be to a good standard. Look, a good video is not a good edit. We're not here to make film productions. Unless you're here to make film productions, then welcome. If you are compelling, interesting, passionate, magical, charismatic, magnetic on camera, your viewer is not really going to care so much about edits. Like, even if you get things wrong, I'm going to deliberately put some things in that shouldn't be in a video, and you can see how much they annoyed you or not. But you will see that editing really isn't the thing that should hold you back But the thing that you want to do is get damn good at loving that camera. And that is what I want to teach you. Now that we've been talking about what holds people back from being on video, let's just recap why you want to be on video. Video is the most effective way to get you out there. As you probably know, a lot of people prefer watching a video than reading a website text. Again, I conducted some more research. I'm going to read you some of the real results people say why they prefer video and why it's so important to be on video. Because it's a perfect way of connecting to people and showing yourself. Yes, it will help people to get to know you, connect with you, and learn about your company. I want to make a course and I will need to do weekly videos. Yes, that's a really good way to promote what you have to offer. It's a fantastic way. Your appearance translates well when you do video. If you love talking to people, videos are a really great way where you can flow. You don't have to actually sit down and prepare long texts. Once you know how to flow on video, it's a fantastic way to communicate with people. Communication is everything in our business. It's not just about selling and telling people the benefits. It's if you know how to communicate and you can put that via the lens, you can have a really powerful tool that works for you day and night without you having to repeat yourself all the time. Super powerful. People are busy and read less, so giving the information to them on video is a great way to get your message out quickly. And plus, they get to know you. If you're an upbeat person, your personality is translated the best on video. Connection and impact are far greater when you can see someone's eyes when they deliver truth and love to you. So that's why you want to be on video. You have something to share. You want to bring it out in the world. If people get to know you, see you, experience you fully, your business really has a chance to grow exponentially. Now, before we launch into the section of how to be authentic in front of the camera, I'd like to give you a little bit of context and share with you who I am, where I've come from, and how I've come to teach authentic camera confidence. I've been a personal coach for over 17 years, and I specialize on those people who can't necessarily summarize themselves in one sentence because they have so many different things that they do, so many aspects of their personality. I call them diamond people. They're often very creative-minded, highly functioning people with a lot on the go who can find it a little disorienting to make the right choices, or we're also secretly afraid that if they don't really do all those things that they want to do, that they might not live their full potential, and that would be horrible for them. So I often work with quite creative-minded people, business owners, solopreneurs, artists, creative directors, actors, singers, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. My background is entertainment. I've been an actress. I've been to acting school. I've been to film school. I have studied musical theater as well. I've put on my own one-woman shows. I've traveled the world performing, writing my own songs. I've had record deals with Sony Music. I've also produced my own albums. Hang on, there's one behind me there. That's me there. There. I'm the author of 2 books. This one's called The Entrepreneur, Financial Success for Artistic Souls. It's for those of you who struggle with a money mindset because you're value-driven more than money-driven. It's written in a way that's digestible for creative, artistic kind of people. And my second book is called It Takes Guts, a story of love, hope, and a missing bowel. It's a story about human potential. Steve Hardison says, if you want to quickly reduce the size of almost any huge problem you're dealing with, simply read It Takes Guts by Evelyn Brink. It's the story of the first year with my son, who was born with his small intestine completely destroyed. We were told he wasn't going to make it. So a big story. I have a very colorful life. Officially, I shouldn't be working because I should never be working again. And here I am doing so and loving it. And the reason I'm now using everything that I've done and that I've experienced to bring to you authentic camera confidence is that I really feel strongly for our desire to be fully us in the world, our desire to be alive and awake, and our desire to have this amazing life, even if your real life might kind of speak against it. I've not had the easiest time throughout my life, I'll be really honest about that, and I still insist on my dreams, on my visions. I believe things are possible. I create miracles, and there are some real miracles that have happened again. I'm not going to talk about them too much today. Happy to talk about it another time. I'm very passionate about allowing ourselves to be authentic. I have a lot of sensitivity that I've felt that I needed to cover up for an awful long time. And the need to hide is very familiar to me. The need to be bigger than myself, almost to protect myself, is familiar. But also the not feeling that I'm ever good enough to do what I want to do is something that I've struggled with. Coming out of hiding is really big for me. And helping other people to dare to show themselves more is one of the most gratifying things I can do. Now, working with video for me is an opportunity to put all that together in the most meaningful way I can think of right now. So let's talk about what makes you more authentic in front of the camera. And I'm going to start with your appearance. Yes, I'm going to start there, on the surface level, because a lot of people actually ask me about that, and it does make a difference. You want to think about your message and what you're doing, and then have your appearance be congruent with that. If you are coming from the corporate world and your messaging is quite formal, then it's a good idea to also look formal. If you're somebody who's a rule breaker and you want to talk about formal things in an informal way, then you might want to look more informal. But if you're somebody who talks about giving people a better life, then it's, I think, quite important that you look like somebody who looks after themselves. Important is that you're congruent and conscious about your appearance and your messaging. So when it comes to makeup, for example, there's been some research conducted that showed that women who wore no makeup were found to be less trustworthy. Not that they are, this is about appearance. And women who wear too much makeup also are found not to be as trustworthy. So somehow a little bit of makeup seems to make people perceive you as more professional. So a little bit of makeup. And I think this will be super helpful, especially to those who really don't have the time and the energy to doll up like crazy because they're doing a video. And also, when it comes to consistency, I think it's really important to not have to, if you build yourself up to something super big that you can't live up to when you then meet people, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment in your client. So find an appearance way that is comfortable for you, where you also feel that you're looking good, but that's easily recreatable. One thing that I've found, there's a little secret here, is that makeup is not quite as important as your hair. If your hair is frizzy and all over the place, that's something that our attention is instantly drawn to. So have a think about how you can get your hair to behave, to not take all the attention. Okay. So your appearance should be professional but not over the top. I've seen people dress up like crazy. Look, a professional video is not a cocktail party unless you're selling cocktail parties. So don't worry too much about wearing the bestest, most fanciest outfits. Think about what you want to bring across. Number 2 is your energy. Now, we already talked about how video is such a great opportunity to give people a real feel, a real experience of you without being in the room. And that experience is actually an experience of your energy. So which energy do you want to portray? Which is going to be the most conducive for you? What we don't want is the nervousness and the not being in the right place, because that really shows. And the way that it shows is through tension or stiffness or becoming robotic. Right? This is the part that stops us from really being in our energy flow. There's actually not much that you need to do to be in your energy, because that's your natural way of being. But there's a whole lot that gets in the way of that. So in a way, we want to do a lot of undoing rather than learning to have energy. You don't need to learn to have your energy. You have your energy when we take the rest away. One of the ways that nervousness, which is something that nervousness and anxiety is something that really comes up often in camera work, shows itself is in your tone of voice, which can be, as a woman, often too high-pitched when you're like in a tense state. And it gets a little bit tense. I'm really exaggerating now, but I think you'd see what I mean when we're getting excited. We can hear tension in your voice. There's a level of tension that's healthy and exciting, and then there's a line, an invisible line, where it just kind of gets a bit too much. You will notice that when you watch yourself back. How are you feeling? Are you feeling comfortable? Can you be relaxed enough but with a healthy tension so that you can engage? Because quite frankly, relaxation isn't everything. It's a lot. But think about it on stage, for example. You want to be fully committed to the process, but I've seen people on stage that were so relaxed, I thought, geez, they're doing yoga on stage. I'm not interested in watching yoga. Yoga is an internal practice for you, but I'm not going to watch it. So when you do a video, you want an energy that is on, but not over. I mean, not hyper, unless that's your style. By all means, we can do a party style and go, yay! And people go, oh my God, you've got so much energy. It's amazing. But it's really, I watch people like that sometimes and it drains me. I just get tired. So think about how you want your viewers to feel when they are in your presence. Do you want them to feel excited? Do you want them to feel inspired? Do you need them to relax and chill a bit? Where are you going? And that's where we want to adapt your energy to. I'm also a big believer in being flexible and developing a range here, so that we can go from deeper states to higher states and flow back and forth effortlessly and lead our viewers as well. Number 3, your message. When you're speaking to a person one-to-one, you got time. People very rarely just turn your back and go, yeah, thanks, enough now. On camera, it's not the same. On camera, you don't have the time. You need to hit people with your message or you lose them, especially in the beginning when they don't yet trust you or know you, or you don't yet have the status. You need to really hit them with your message. So having a clear, concise messaging can be really helpful in becoming authentic on camera. And do you notice that there's almost like a dichotomy? Because being authentic, if you're really yourself, you might take some time to develop and get into what you really want to say. The camera principle is the opposite. You need to know what you want to say, hit them with that, and then you can relax into a more conversational style and people will follow you. There are different styles of speaking to the camera as well. There is the more conversational style, there is a more formal presentational style, and there is, of course, the confrontational style. When it comes to becoming authentic on camera, I don't believe that one thing is going to be the authentic way. So in my world, authenticity isn't doing one thing and not doing the other thing. It's having the freedom to show up as you are in that moment. To help you be really authentic on camera, I recommend preparation. Now this could sound counterintuitive because isn't being authentic just me showing up and just being how I am authentic right now in the moment? Well, have you ever seen an athlete going out on the field without warming up? Do you see singers giving a concert without warming up their voice? Why would you expect yourself to give your best performance? And being on video is a performance because it is a setup. It's not a natural thing to do. Why would you expect yourself to deeply connect to your message and convey your deepest truth without setting yourself up right? Preparing helps you focus your mind. And a focused mind never hurt anyone, especially on video. Trust me, once the light comes up, it's so easy to go off on one. Things happen that you didn't expect. Your hair falls into your face. An airplane flies by. A fly is tickling your nose. Things happen. It's so easy to get off track and distracted. preparation focuses your mind. Some people say preparation is everything. I don't know, I have resistance to that, but preparation is a really, really good idea. Also, prepare yourself physically. What do you need to be in a state physically that has you feel more confident and more real? Do you need to go for a run and feel like, oh yeah, I feel good in myself? Do you need to eat really good food? Do you need to sleep? Do you need to meditate? What do you need to put yourself in a state where you feel good? And see, this is almost taking us back to also the preparation for our appearance. Is there something that you want to do to your appearance that makes you feel good? Anything that helps you feel good is a really good idea as a preparation. So you can now justify that for business purposes. Preparation also means rehearsing. Why would you expect yourself to do the perfect take the first time round? Seriously, even in a live conversation, your first conversation with someone about something really important is very unlikely to be the most powerful you will ever have had. It takes time and repetition for us to get really good at something. No theater production is just amazing without any rehearsal. There's rehearsals for months. No film, no movie that you see is just being shot on the fly. A lot of rehearsing, a lot of preparation goes into that. So we're not talking about making big productions, but I want you to take the inspiration and the work ethos of the top stuff and see how does that apply to me. And what I want you to see is, well, preparation is a foundational element of being great. So if I incorporate that into my work ethos and I make preparation part of the way that I work, it's just going to be so much easier for you. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't show up spontaneous at some point. I love doing Facebook Lives with very, very little setup and very little preparation. Improvisation is a big passion of mine. I'm all for it. But again, even improvisation is an art that takes practice. So for now, preparation is the tip of the day. It helps you be more confident, and your confidence is part of your authentic self that you want to convey through the camera. Authentic daring. How willing are you to show yourself the way that you are? It's really interesting when it comes to the camera. You'll see that there's certain angles that you'll like about yourself. I have certain ways where I look, I'm like, yeah, that looks really good. I like, can you just look like this? It looks perfect. But then when I turn my head a different way, it's not quite as much. And the same goes for emotions and states of mind, where sometimes I think, oh, that's a bit low energy, I would like it to be more up. How willing are you to show yourself the way that you are? How willing are you to open up to the fact that you're actually not going to like everything you see? But how willing are you to dare to show your range? I've been told that I'm too much so many times that reining it in has become my definition of being professional. Like, being professional is me, like this much of me. And there was this idea, if I want to be successful, I have to be professional, so I have to be this much of me. But actually, that's total bullshit, especially nowadays. We've seen every professional person on the planet. It's like, that's standard. Who gives a flying monkey about the next boring person that's sleek and polished and professional? Yeah, it doesn't touch me. Does it touch you? Does it move you? I'm going to scratch my head because it's itchy. There you go. Something you shouldn't do on camera. Scratch your face. Do something that you shouldn't do. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do. How willing are you to show the humanity of you? Ooh, here comes one of the really good points. Perfectionism. We talked about setting a high standard. I honored those of you who are afraid of the camera because they're afraid of getting it wrong. I think it shows that you have a conscience and you have standards, and I congratulate you. And perfectionism is not healthy. So there is a difference between wanting to get it right and really making sure that you are working yourself up to a good standard, and then there's perfectionism, the idea that you have to be really super perfect and amazing before you can even get started. And especially when it comes to videos that are longer than a second, which is like every video, it's really difficult to get it perfect. So the attitude of going for improvement versus perfection is a really good one. And again, for me, it comes within the context of actually training and learning about what you're doing. I don't want this, oh, I'm going for improvement instead of perfection, as an excuse to put low quality shit out on the net, okay? So, but given that you are developing yourself and you're growing, I would really recommend doing that in a safe space, by the way. I wouldn't actually go and do that live in front of everyone from the get-go. I would do it in a safe environment where you have the opportunity to grow without being judged and lose on clients. Then I really think it's conducive to adapt the attitude of progress versus perfection. Let's get going. Let's try something new. Let's dare. Let's be willing to let the idea of having to be perfect before we do something go. As you become more proficient and you're then out in the world, this attitude is going to help you way more than having to be perfect. Go for progression, not perfection. Are you willing to do that when everyone is watching you? Now, when you're willing, your willingness is actually what makes up your authenticity. If I can see that you're willing to show me who you are, that you're not hiding, that you're not trying so hard to be something that you're not. So let go of perfectionism. Now, last point on how to be more authentic with a camera is making friends with the camera. Is the camera your friend? See, here's the thing, when we feel awkward and we feel anxious and we're not happy to be with the camera, it's actually because we're very much indulged in ourselves. It's about me, me, me. How do I look? How do I come across? What am I going to do? What are they going to think of me? What are they going to think of me? What if they don't like me? What if, It's all about me. It's complete ego. And I have a big understanding for ego. I have also got a big ego. I get it. I hear you. And if I know that it's ego, then I also know that this is not where my real sense is, where my real self is, where my message is, where my passion is, where my truth is. So where's that truth? Well, for me, it's in serving love. At the end of the day, I want to live love. I want to serve love and live love. Okay, so if that's my greatest passion, my greatest mission, let that love flow through me. Then how I look, how I come across, that there is a camera, that it is awkward, that's really secondary, tertiary, what's the word, quaternary, like it should come way behind. Yeah, way behind. You know you're helping people doing your thing. That's the main thing. You know you're here to do something that's bigger than yourself. And I'm not someone who says that yourself is not important. I think you're super important, and I want us to look after you very, very much. And to know that there's something bigger than you can really help you bring that across that you wanted to bring across. Because it's horrible to be held back by you when all you want is, you want this good life, but you're holding yourself back. It's just so, I know the feeling of being stuck and knotted in that. So, being friends with a camera also means being friends with yourself. Camera work is really such a beautiful opportunity for deep transformational work, to really heal the insecurities that are there, heal the wounds that are maybe still dictating the way that you're behaving and the way that you're hiding. This is such a great opportunity for growth. And here you are thinking is all about growing your impact and your income. Yes, it is, but it's even more than that. This is an opportunity for you to come alive and to grow. So I have prepared a 12-week course for you that I want to invite you to. This is for those of you who have this big message and really have so much inside that they know if you could show the world more of who you are and what you're about, it would really have a great impact on your business. So if you want to get it right, but you don't quite know how yet, and you really want to have that impact and create the income by being more you, then this might be absolutely for you. I'm really excited to share this with you. In this course, you will learn to like yourself on camera And you will become so comfortable that you can actually create a deep connection with your ideal client, even if you're not in a room with them. It's really about leveraging your magic and having fun. I can't actually say that enough. It's so important, really, to come alive. This course will take you from video beginner to proficient video maker in 12 weeks. We're going to provide you with a safe learning environment, a Facebook group in which only the people of the course are going to participate, upload their practice material so that we can really support each other. I will also dive in there and give you constructive, gentle feedback. So you really have a catalyzing, safe learning environment to help you grow faster without having to risk damage to your brand and your professional status. This is not going to be a course where I'm just talking, you're listening, and you go, oh, that was interesting. This is a practical training. So you're going to be required to do your thing and record videos, but don't worry, it won't take you that much time because the maximum length of a video should be around 5 minutes at this stage. So don't worry too much about using the rest of your life now to create videos. I'm going to save you so much time. It takes years to train as an actress. It takes years to train for the camera as a TV presenter. We're going to condense this training and actually tailor it to your needs, because you don't want to be an actor and you don't want to be a TV presenter. You want to be fully you, just become fully alive in front of the camera. That's what it's about. So I'm taking all the experience and the training that I had and really mold it into something that's applicable, usable, super relevant for you right now so that you can grow this business. If you're joining this course now, there's also a very special opportunity, because this course is going to be recorded live. And what that means is you can join in on the live sessions, and any question that you have, you post it in the group and it will be answered in a video to follow. So we make sure that any question that you have is going to be answered and addressed. Nothing will be left out. This is a very unique opportunity as we're developing this course material. I really want to do this with you in mind. So if you want to join now, you have a very, very special place, because you're going to be shaping the course with your questions, with whatever it is that's on your mind that you want to have addressed. So this is not something where you're going to have to worry, I wonder if it's going to help me. Is she going to teach me the things that I need? Well, the answer is quite frankly yes, because it's going to be very interactive. So what happens once you sign up? Let's say you're ready to join this and you go like, Evelyn, this is amazing. I want to do this. Just sign me up already. Like, stop talking, woman. I just want to do this. There's a buy now button underneath this video. You can click it through and get started. What will happen is once we've taken your payment, you will be sent a welcome email with your Facebook link in there. This is a closed private group, so you can't find it unless you have this link. And then I will join you, add you to the group. What will happen is that every week a video will come to you and you'll get to see it. Again, as I said, if you have the opportunity to join us live, fantastic. You can comment, we can have a conversation on camera there and then. You will watch the video and you'll do the exercises. There'll be exercises and games for you to play, and it will be fun. First, we're going to get all the main anxiety out of the way. And yeah, I don't want to give away too much. No. You're going to have to join to be part of all this. By the time you go public, you will feel so comfortable and confident like a pro. I'm excited. I'm excited with you and for you to provide this opportunity. I really hope you join me if this is for you. If this sounds good for you, do yourself the favor and come on in. I would love to have you here. Also, in the Facebook group, all the videos will be organized. So let's say you have a life and you're missing a 1 week's video, and you know how Facebook is very disorganized and videos float all over the place. Everything will be linked and put to the top. So don't ever worry that you'll miss something. Everything will be available to you. The whole program will be available to you for at least a year after you complete it. So there is no rush to complete it with us in the 12 weeks. You could take the whole year if you wanted to. I'm going to recommend that you stick with us because we're going to create momentum and it's a lot of fun. But just again, if this is not the time where you feel you have so much focus or commitment for this right now, this is still a really good opportunity to join and influence where this program is going. But you have the option to use the program for a whole year minimum after you purchased it. So who is this for? Well, this course is really, really going to benefit you if you are a solopreneur who wants to play bigger. If you want to connect with your ideal customer around the world and you have stories and messages to share. If you're a person with a boring life that doesn't actually have anything to say, it's going to be a little bit difficult, okay? If you're willing to show yourself and show love to yourself, that to me is important as a requirement for your entry. If you are full of self-hatred, I think you'll struggle with my approach. But if you're willing to show love to others, but also to yourself, this really is for you. And I want you here. If you want to make the world a better place, and if you're someone who loves helping others and yourself, this is for you. If you feel called to show up in the world, as a creative people's person, you're an interesting person who likes to live and learn. Like, if you don't like feedback, if you don't like growth, if you don't want to try new things, if you're set in your ways and you're good, don't waste your time. If you like the limelight, but you don't quite know how to make it the most of it, or if you're afraid to be seen, but you actually want to get out there, this is for you. If you're camera shy, or shy as in general, or an introvert, but you have the desire to get out there and you need gentle coaxing, this is also going to be for you. I know I can come across as being full on in your face, but I am. I can be full on in your face. And just like you, I'm a very sensitive soul, so you are in the right place. If you know you need to get yourself out there more and you want to share yourself without pretense. And again, you know what? If you like pretending, then let's own that and put all that in as well. But the important thing for me is that you're somebody who is willing to be authentic. If for you making videos is really just about having a polished appearance and looking as shiny and sorted as possible, this will not suit you if you don't like to challenge yourself. This will not suit you if you're not willing to work. There is work involved. There is practice involved. If you can't take feedback or gentle instructions, really you're not going to like it. And so here's a word. I am very sensitive when it comes to criticism myself. And I remember how easily I could get crushed. Especially when I do something new, I try something, and then somebody gives me feedback, so-called feedback, which really is just criticism and tells me I'm not good enough. That can wear me down. It can really take me down quickly. I'm somebody like that. So if you're like that too, listen, I get it. I get that. So the idea here is not to crush you or to be harsh on you or to tell you what you do wrong so that you can do better. I happen to know that it doesn't work that way. And there are some people who just really don't want to be told. Like my son, I offer to teach him singing because he's doing drama club and I'm a professionally trained singer. So, hey, he's got like the opportunity. I can teach him how to really let it rip. He doesn't want to know. He just doesn't want to know. So he's obviously not my ideal client. Okay, so if you don't like trying something new, this isn't going to be for you. If your ego is bigger than your soul and you just want to be rich and famous to cover up your insecurities, don't bother. This is not for you if you don't like to play. If you're somebody who's very serious and you want a very professional, more corporate feel style of training, no, don't do it. Don't do it. There's going to be a lot of play. There's going to be getting silly. It's going to be letting go and letting loose. Okay? And the idea is that will help you free up so that you can be more professional in the sense that you are an authentic person that is paid for actually helping people. Not professional in the sense like a banker is professional when they wear a suit and they don't smile or whatever. And that's not the kind of professional I'm talking about here. I think you get me. So what do my clients say about how this coaching is and what it does? Well, let me read out to you what Karen Goldfinger Baker says. She is a multi-million-dollar fundraiser and business coach, and she says, Evelyn is an experienced professional performer. Combine that with a vast experience as a coach, I felt her caring for me and curiosity around the message I wanted to deliver. When we started, I was struggling around confidence, presence, and message. Evelyn is a straight shooter. Her direct approach is softened by her genuine caring and humor and made me feel like I was a superstar and anything was possible. And here's what Alison Garner says. She's also a business coach. Her company is called Align Coaching. She's an amazing woman. She's like the first female engineer on an oil rig. Incredible woman. I had never done any video work before, and I wanted a product that I'd be proud to put on my website. When I started coaching with Evelyn on my intro video, I was struggling with not knowing what to say and how to say it so that people watching would be drawn in. Working together, I never felt self-conscious. It's hard to me to perform, and Evelyn made me feel safe to try new things. I now have a video that I'm proud of on my website. Evelyn is a brilliant and intuitive coach who makes you feel safe to get on stage and perform. I recommend you work with Evelyn. You will be better as a result. And I would really love to show you the difference that these two made in their before and after. So I'm going to show you the snippet of the video from Karen and Alison of before they worked with me, and then from after they worked with me. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Karen Baker, Chief Possibility of my company, Start With What If. My clients are billionaires, and it's with great honor that I work with them to be social change innovators, social entrepreneurs, and global philanthropists in order to bravely create the world we know is possible. You see, I'm on a mission to shift success to significance, to live a life of radical compassion and generosity, and to push the boundaries of philanthropy's great untapped potential. What if I told you I know something I wish I didn't know? And what if I told you that once you know, you'll wish you didn't know too? And what if I told you that the largest democracy in the world has a major human rights issue that nobody is talking about? Where a quarter of the population does not have access to the basic human right of safe and dignified toileting. In India's lower castes, women and girls are forced to publicly defecate, but only in the dark, where men prey upon them, teasingly harass them, and even murder them. Every day, every single day, women and girls are dying to go to the bathroom. I have 16 years of experience raising nearly $500 million to change lives and to save lives. I'm building a public-private solution that solves global challenges and increases profits. And I'm starting with the basic human right of safe sanitation.
I remember being in English class. We read a poem called Thanatopsis. It was about death, and I found it really powerful. During class the following day, my classmates were sharing that they found this poem horrible and depressing. See, I was taught that I had to think like everybody else in order to be liked and fit in. So this really scared me. I must be wrong-headed, and I have to hide that in order to fit in. So I became an engineer, where 1 + 1 is 2, E = MC squared. I can get the same answers as everybody else. While I experienced professional successes, like I was one of the first female engineers to ever be hired by the world's 3rd largest oilfield services company. I'm also one of the world's experts in aromatics extraction. I never felt like I belonged. I spent my entire adult life running from my different thinking. And it all came to a crescendo when we'd run our marriage into the ditch. I had developed a pretty troubling drinking habit. I was an impatient and temperamental mother, and I became physically ill from all the stress. Thankfully, I found some amazing people who helped me find a way out. I discovered that the thing I'd been running from my whole life was actually my greatest gift. When I started using it, my entire world changed. I was having impact. I was changing lives. I became unstoppable. Now I show others how to become unstoppable too. My clients, they're visionaries, they're entrepreneurs, business owners, leaders. If this describes you, and you want that sense of belonging, you are full of big, bold ideas and are ready to launch them, and you want to develop the courage to be different and love it, then we should talk. Contact me, Allison Garner, on my website at aligncoaching.com.
Neither Karen nor Allison have done camera work before. This was their first video. I'm really excited about how far they have come, and we worked on the script and their performance. I didn't have an influence in the production itself. If I had, I'd make sure that you're looking into the camera on your close-up shot and that the lights are matched. So these are technicalities we can go through, what to look out for when you're working with a professional team. But I'm really, really excited about how fast and how far they've moved. Are you next? At this point, you might begin to wonder, is she going to tell us the price of this course? How much is it going to be? Maybe you've even scrolled down already to check it out. Well, let me give you a little bit of context. Once this course is up and running, and lots of people have confirmed that it is at least as wonderful as I claim it will be, this course will run at $1,999. However, this is the first one, so I'm going to slash that price. Ha! Slashed. Hair in face. Slash it right down, and I would love to invite you to become a founder member of the Authentic Camera Confidence course at a highly reduced rate of $899 when you pay upfront and in full. And I'm super, super excited to get this started with you. Let me just get my hair right, because this is worth it. Now, if you need a payment plan, I have 2 more options available for you. You could also pay in 2 installments of $475 or in 3 installments of $335. I really, really hope that you decide to join us. If this is for you, if your heart is calling you to do this, if you feel, yes, this is what I need, do not let money stand in the way between you and doing what you need. I know this is going to rock and transform the way that you conduct your business and the way that you can grow. So I want you in this if this is right for you. If this is not right for you, I promised you no pushy sales, no making you feel bad. If you can feel, you know what, sounds lovely, but it's not for me, just check in with yourself. Is it your fear talking, or is that your wisdom talking? If it is your wisdom saying, no thank you, please honor yourself and let it be a no thank you. If it's your fear talking, if you're getting, you're just uncomfortable about it because, I don't know. If you have questions, reach out. If you know you need a gentle nudge and a gentle push, give yourself that gift of allowing yourself more freedom. But if it's a no, it's a no. So no, I will not make you feel bad about any no's. But if you feel a yes, I want to encourage you to go for it. If you, for any reason, can't afford it right now, if things are difficult for you financially, I think most of us have been there. Reach out. Let me know what's going on. Do not let the money be in the way between you and doing what's important for you and your business. And now, there is also another extra special super bonus that I want to share with you. And that is that I would love to offer you, as a participant of this group, a coaching session where we're gonna go on a call together and I will coach you on your video. We're going to do that towards the end of the course when you've had plenty of practice and games and you've had the opportunity to craft a speech for the camera. And once you have that ready, then we'll go on a call together and I will coach you live. I really hope that you can already see the outstanding value of this. You know it would cost you so much more to go to acting school or film school or get media training, and it would still not be relevant to what you do in your business. It would still not teach you how to be authentic and confident, connecting to your heart and your personal messaging, because nobody teaches that. But it took all these experience for me to be able to convey this now, and I'm excited about that. So also I want you to know that my private clients pay between $10,000 and $45,000 to work with me. So again, you're going to benefit from working together at a fraction of the price. Obviously, one-to-one coaching is more bespoke, so it has to come at a different price. But you are still going to benefit from the 17 years of experience that I bring as a coach. You're still going to benefit from the over $130,000 of training that I've got under my belt. And all that at a fraction of the price. And that's the amazing thing about online courses. It makes it possible. So here are some frequently asked questions. Evelyn, how do I know that this is really going to work for me? Good question. Well, I don't know how you would know that, but if you feel called to learn to be free in front of the camera and you resonated with my style and what I had to share with you, then wouldn't it be worth a go? Now, if you think, I don't know, worth a go for $900, hey, remember, you have 2 weeks to check this out. If you feel that this isn't for you, then you just drop me a line and I'll send you your money back, no problem. So you can try it. There is no risk. How do you know that I'll pay you your money back? I am a small business. I sell authentic video confidence. I'm not gonna scam you about your money. Check it out, try it out, and see. Sounds fair? Another question I often get is, at which stage of my business should I be to do this course? I mean, when do I benefit most from it? Maybe you've just set up shop. Maybe you feel that you need to get your ducks in a row and you need to finish 1, 2, 3, 4 other courses that you've already invested in. I can't give you all your answers, but just ask yourself this. What is the most effective form of getting yourself out there? Is it copywriting? Then do that. Or is it the ability to step in front of a camera and share yourself right now with the world in such a compelling way that people want to hear more from you? That's when you want to do this course. Some people say, well, should I be already more established in my business before I start this? Look, whether you're starting out a business, have the idea of starting a business, or already established in your business, the ability to step in front of the camera and share yourself with the world in a way that the world wants to hear from you is going to be beneficial at any stage in your business. I've worked with people that are highly successful and very established, and I love working with people that are just starting out. As long as you know what you're about. That is the main criterion. If you know that you have a story to share and you have messages that need to get out in the world, that's when you're ready for this course. Thank you so much for watching this training. I really appreciate that you invested your precious time in being here with me. Thank you for sticking it out all the way to the end. I really, really hope you took tons of value away. I really hope it gave you encouragement and a strong feeling of, yes, I can do this too. And of course, I hope that if what I shared with you resonated with you, you'll come and join us in the course. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I look forward to getting to know you and your work more. Have a lovely day. Have a wonderful, productive time. Enjoy yourself and see you soon. But I really get that. What am I getting? Well, I'll lose my train of thought as well. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, authenticity. Excuse me. So maybe by now you're wondering, what's the price of this course? Just give me the price already. Where do I sign up? What's going on? How can I join this? I want it. Give it to me now. So I'm excited to offer you a program at a much lower price. So in this course, you will learn to like yourself on camera. You will become